Welcome on into the CSW Pre Show. We got a pretty good man, hold on, I messed that one up pretty bad. I'm just gonna recap them real quick. Welcome on into the CSW Pre Show. Here we're gonna be recapping, or not recapping. God, I keep messing this up. Hell with it. You know what? We're previewing what is going on this week in CSW. Hopefully you guys are ready for a good show tonight, because it should be pretty darn good. We're kicking things off in a pretty big way, as we like to do here on CSW. We're starting things off with a one-on-one contest between Asuka and the former women's champion Rhea Ripley. That should be a pretty damn good match if you ask me. Asuka's been kind of riding a hot streak as of late. If I remember correctly, she won the triple threat match last week, right? I think she did. Pretty sure she did. No, I think Becky won. I think Becky won that, but she didn't actually tap out Asuka. Yes, that is right. Becky won, but she didn't tap Asuka out. So it's a loss, but it wasn't a loss on her end. So we'll see how she does against the former women's champion Rhea Ripley here tonight. I'm guessing it will be a good match. I've been wrong before, though. I've said it's going to be a good match, and then it was extremely one-sided, but we'll see what happens this time around. Second match of the evening, it will be the current CSW Global Champion Tony Nese going one-on-one with Apollo Crews. Now, for those of you who may have been longtime CSW fans and have been around long enough to remember, these two actually had a pretty dang good rivalry back in the 2K19 era of this brand and this game. And Tony Nese did end up coming out on top in that rivalry in the final match they had in the Last Man Standing. So it only makes sense that now they're facing each other again. And this time around, Tony Nese is our global champion. I don't think it's going to be any different from when they faced off last time, or when they faced off in 2K19, where it was back and forth, but ultimately Tony Nese came out on top. I think it's going to be more of the same story here. Tony Nese is coming out on top in this contest against Apollo Crews, no doubt in my mind. Third contest of the evening should be a pretty interesting matchup, if you ask me. We've got Sasha Banks going one-on-one with Lana. Now, as you guys know, Banks and Bliss have been going back and forth non-stop for at least a week, or at least a month now is what I meant to say, excuse me. And there really hasn't been a clear-cut winner in that rivalry, so it'll be interesting to see how Sasha fares against a different opponent this time around. I'm sure she will be able to beat Lana, but we've been surprised before in the past, so who knows, maybe Lana's got something up her sleeve here. Fourth contest of the evening, we've got two superstars in desperate need of a win here. Roderick Strong and Sami Zayn. Now, if you guys remember, these two did already face off, I think a little less than a month ago, where Sami essentially threw the match. They were both on the outside of the ring. Sami threw Roderick back in before the count of 10, but Sami wasn't able to get in himself. So, is it going to be more of the same story, or is Sami actually going to get a little bit of redemption here and pick up a win against Roderick Strong? We're going to find out tonight. Our fifth contest of the evening, we have the New Day. Big E and Xavier Woods going against the Glorious Bruiserweights in a tag team contest. Now, as you guys know, the Glorious Bruiserweights, they have been a staple in the CSW tag team division. As a matter of fact, they did win the tag team titles just a few weeks ago, only to lose them a week later at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. So they're essentially having to start back from square one, and they're not going to have an easy opponent in the New Day when trying to get back to the top there and face the Street Profits for those tag titles again. I'm not saying this is the number one contenders match, but it definitely has number one contenders opportunity between these two tag teams, especially in a tag team division that is very clearly wide open right now, with nobody that is really standing out as the number one contender. I know we've been saying that all year in CSW, but in all honesty, the tag team division is just so dang good here that it's kind of hard to really stick out one winner and one definitive number one contender here for CSW. Sixth contest of the evening. These two definitely have a little bit of bad blood against each other. It's Becky Lynch and Dakota Kai. We'll see how this contest goes. As you guys know, Dakota Kai really feels like she deserves a one-on-one match with the women's champion, but, you know, so does Becky Lynch. Both of these competitors really trying to go for that women's championship, and, well, Dakota Kai did earn herself a number one contenders opportunity, but she got it, but it wasn't in a number one contenders match. Becky Lynch obviously losing the title in a Money in the Bank cash-in to Asuka, so it's it's very weird circle going on in the women's division for the CSW women's title. And obviously one of these women, if not both of these women, deserve that one-on-one match with the women's champion. It's just a matter of who's going to get it first, and I'm sure this match is going to be a real deciding factor on who is going to get that opportunity first. And last but not least, we have our main event of the evening. As you guys know, we have the Global Hardcore Championship on our show this month, and our current champion is a 2-belt holder. That is right. Ali holds the Heavyweight Championship and the Global Hardcore Championship, which means he's working double duty, and also means he's got to defend that title on a weekly basis until he drops it. He has no easy task this evening. It is a rematch between these two. As you guys know, these two competitors, Randy Orton and Ali, easily had the best match of CSW in 2020. If you guys want to go back and check it out, it was the main event of the CSW Holiday Bash between Ali and Randy Orton, and now we're going to get that same match again, but this time it's going to be for the Global Hardcore Championship. Now, as you guys know, Ali has Samoa Joe kind of lurking in the back. He just won his number one contenders match last week against Bobby Lashley. You have to wonder, is Samoa Joe possibly in the back? He might get involved even. It's an Extreme Rules match. There's not going to be any rules. He can get involved if he wants to. Or is he just going to sit back, watch, maybe make an attack after the match? Or is nothing going to happen at all? Is Samoa Joe going to kind of play this clean and not do anything at all? But you got to think that might be in the back of Ali's head going into this match. He might not have full focus. We'll kind of see what happens tonight, because that's going to be our main event. And with that said, that's going to be the show. Let's get into the action.